Yes.
Another night dominating the paint and transition. Is this the strength of the team offensively? But to dominate the paint, you have to get it at both ends as well.
Well, first of all, there's a lot of good that came from this game, but there's a lot of stuff that we got to teach and let them understand you can't do this. If that was a 15-point game and we reverted back to summer basketball like we did defensively, playing on the side, not helping, not rebounding, then all of a sudden it's a 3-point game and you lose. And so when you have a chance to bury somebody, forget about the score. You just keep it going. So you don't have to worry about those things. They don't understand that right now. Second thing, we gave up 12 threes. 12. And one guy gave up 4. Are you going to figure out that maybe you got to get closer to make the guy drive? Or you're running back and the guy stops and you just keep running back like it's okay, shoot it. And it got, what are you doing? We leave people. We gambled. And every time we gambled, they threw and they made a 3. That team will win their league. They're picked again. They won it last year. They had a bunch of seniors. For a while, we were really doing some good stuff. And then we just kind of let go of the gas, let go of the rope, so to speak. But there was a lot of good. 23 turns and only 9, or 23 assists and only 9 turnovers in a fast game like that. Pretty good.
Well, quick follow-up. The free throw line wasn't so friendly in exhibition season tonight. You got volume and a really high percentage.
Because of TB. He bent his legs today. I just went in and said, kid, you go out there and I see you make 63s jumping, then jump from the foul line. Jump there. Jump that high and shoot a free throw. I don't care what it looks like. What I care about is bank missing. And so then I said, just go up to your toes. And so now he and I laughed. I said, you're going to get 10 points a game at the foul line. You just know I'm making these. And he did. I'm proud of him. 25 and whatever, how many rebounds. We had 2 guys had 8. Or we would have had 6 in double figures. That's how it is. I know Darius had a bunch in the first half, but Malik's shooting the ball well. I mean, TB, all of a sudden you got a lot of guys, with that opportunity to do it.
You mentioned Trevin a bit there. Just how much of an emphasis was it to get him the ball, especially there kind of in the first half when you guys started to pull away?
Well, the reason we did it, I told the team, if he's going to rebound like that and block shots, throw him the ball. You're not just going to play one side of the ball, and while you guys let him, then you shoot all the balls? No, we're going to let him have shots. And so I said it again at halftime. He's just going to have to take advantage. They went zone. We put him in the middle, did some good stuff. We put Billy in the middle, around the middle. He did some good stuff. Ran Malik along the baseline. He makes shots in the corner. We made 10 threes, and we had a couple guys miss a bunch of open threes.
And you get Isaiah 17 minutes tonight, and he scores 12 points on 6 shots. Just how nice was it to give him the opportunity?
He's got a long way to go. We love the kid, but defensively, coming up with balls, knowing where he's supposed to be, he's just behind the other guys that way. But he is talented. And, he's going to have opportunities. Hopefully Carter plays this weekend, which means it'll limit his opportunities. But if Carter doesn't play, then you're going to play some. The game, the one thing I like, the game got a little physical. We had some guys that didn't play well in a physical game. And let me explain. This game we're playing this weekend, this football game we're going to play Saturday, you better be physical and know, foul out. In the first half, foul out. But you cannot just get pushed around. You're not going to be able to play in the game.
You mentioned Carter there. Do you expect him to play this weekend, or is it still TBD? Just kind of where you feel like he's
probably have to wait. He's got one more day off. We have a day off tomorrow. But if he can't practice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then you can't play. You're going to be able to go 70% in that game? Can't do it. If you're not healthy enough to go, then you shouldn't go. We'll play with who we have.
Coach, you mentioned the zone defense. They tried some full court pressure as well. I mean, how impressed are you with your team's ability to kind of handle whatever they threw at you tonight?
Well, we changed, again, Memphis did some stuff to keep us from getting it in. And we did some different things today, and the way we played of trying to get in gaps and make a pass and then attack. The kids did a pretty good job. Did a good job.
And how impressed are you this early in the season with the unselfishness of the team? I mean, everybody seems to be wanting to set up other teammates, and it just seems like it's pouring throughout the entire roster right now.
Well, if we're to be any good, because I told them last night we have 8 starters. We literally have 8 starters. Might be 7 after today that I look at. There's probably 7 starters. But whoever comes off the bench ends up getting like the most shots and the most minutes, so I don't know why you'd worry about it. But if you're in 8th grade, you worry about starting. When you're in 8th grade, you got to start. And then you got to score a lot of points, so they put it in the newspaper, so they're talking about your points because that's all they put in the newspaper. That's not what this is. And these kids understand it. Doesn't matter who I started the other guys in the second half. Who cares? It's just let's get going, let's play, keep playing and caring about one another, create good shots for each other. Got a bunch of good guys. Just the one thing, again, the SEC is a man's league. It's rough. It's rough. And we're going to have a team full of guys. Billy fouled tonight. And they were like, why would you do that? Why did you – we didn't keep people in front. We were on the sides. And so they drive. Like Isaiah's going to be on SportsCenter tonight. The kid, he went on his side, he drove and dunked on him. This ain't high school where I'll let you drive by me and I'll block it. Yeah, you block that. He put your both arms in the rim. I mean, we did a bunch of that and we fouled. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to be able to teach from this tape. And the zone, thank God they played zone. We need people to play zone. We touched the lane tonight over 80 times. Over 80 times. Which means what's the other team going to do? They're either going to sag some and hope we're not making shots, or they're going to play zone. Because they're going to say, you got to keep them out of the lane.
45 rebounds tonight, 14 offensive rebounds. What did you think of your team's work on the glass tonight?
I'll look at the tape. It takes me, I want to see rebound attempts, make sure it's not just 45, were our attempts around 80, 85. If they were, it was a great rebounding day. Even though we could have got 60. Doesn't matter. What are your rebound attempts? And that's all I look at. When I see that, I know we're in good shape.
And then what did you think of watching Darius Acuff just pour it on before halftime?
No, it was nice because it was like a 13-point game. And then all of a sudden you look up, it's 25. But he made basket. There was one play, I'm telling he and Malik, you got to respect your teammates. They are fine with you having the ball a lot, taking shots. No one's saying anything. You don't take a contested quick shot. You give it to somebody else so they can shoot it. Because you're getting to shoot when you want to come. No one's saying anything. I'm not saying anything. Respect your teammates. He came down on the one side, and he shot it. He could have thrown it to Nick. Nick would have given it back and rolled, throw it back to Nick, and Nick's dunking it. Now you make Nick's day. So they've got to learn that. They're not selfish. They're basically playing from old habits, which means I'm going to shoot as many as I can at times.
Yeah, just to follow up on that, what were your thoughts on not just Darius going off, but him and Malik playing off each other at the end of the first half, and there was that stolen alley-oop?
They need to be on the floor together 20 minutes at least. I mean, it's pretty obvious, would you say? I mean, if anybody watched. So they need to be out there. So even if one doesn't start and the other starts the second half, whatever I do, I need to have at least 20 minutes of them together.
Nick Pringle tonight able to double his minutes from the preseason. What were kind of
Really did some great stuff defensively. I didn't see his rebounds. Where are they? Yeah, he had 8 rebounds. But, again, he missed that one layup where he has double. He could have had a double-double. But I'll tell you what he does. He really defends. He's where he's supposed to be. He understands position basketball. He's really good in pick-and-roll defense. If he switches on a guard, he can guard him. Now, we've got to do some things to get him the ball around the basket where he can catch it and dunk some. But he's been a pleasure to coach.
You've obviously put in a ton of guys into the NBA, and the NBA likes to draft younger guys, but there's seems to be a little bit of a trend of older college players getting into the league. Is that something that you've talked to TB about at all, or is that
Well,
it's the potential there, or, yeah?
if he is an NBA player, it doesn't matter if you're old or young. You won't believe this. The NBA is not saying we want old guys. No. Are you good enough to be in that league? Then you got an opportunity. He looks the part. Now he's just got to keep doing it. If he can make free throws like that, believe me when I tell you, you know what they say? He can shoot. That was Karl Towns. Karl Towns shot 80-some%, 90% from the line. You know how many threes he took that year? About 3. But you know what they said? He can really shoot. So make 90% of your free throws. They'll say that kid, if he makes those, he can shoot. And then he's got to play through some bumps. He did a little bit of it today. But, you know, again, he's gotten so much better. Billy's gotten better. Carter's gotten better. DJ's gotten better. I mean, the thing that I loved about DJ today, missed all those shots and then made one. You know, I mean, that's big. That means you're battling yourself. And you miss 4 or 5. What does that lead to? 12 misses in a row? Miss 4 or 5 and then make one. You know, and one of them he missed like a layup thing. And he just got to keep battling. Like I told him, just play to be your best version. Be your best version. Doesn't mean you make every shot, you make every, but attack. Get in the lane with 2 feet. Shoot those floaters. You'll make jump shots. He's been working his butt off, so. But he's, you know, he's good, and which means we got pretty good guards.
Not to look ahead too much, but you and Tom Izzo have had a relationship for a long time. Just looking ahead to Saturday, you looking forward to coaching against him, or yeah, just what do you?
I don't know how many times he and I have coached against each other, but it's a few. How many? And then, but I've never coached in that arena, and they tell me the arena's crazy. So it's going to be, what's that?
I've been there. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I have not been, so I'm kind of excited about that. I don't like coaching against friends, and I think Tom's the same way. Like, if we win, I'll be excited, and I'll see him, and I'll feel like crap, and he'll be the same way, you know. But no, we're, you know, playing it. He'll come here next year. It's a great home and home. You know, he's a Hall of Famer, and he's a great friend. He and I get on the phone with our wives listening and just laugh for 45 minutes, and then we feel better to go forward with all the crap we're dealing with. And so, terrific coach, terrific person, and I'm proud about calling him my friend.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to mybookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.